Can I comment? I'd like to comment on that if I could. I don't know if you've heard one of Brock's stump speeches. He talks about the Republican that comes up to him and whispers, "I'm a Republican," and Brock says, "Why are you whispering?" You know. I was in Iowa at this caucus, and this gentleman came up to me, and I'm kind of putting stickers on folks and keeping them in a corner, and this gentleman comes up to me, and he says I said, "Is this of course, many of the caucus goers, this is the first time that they had participated in a caucus," and I asked this gentleman, I said, is this your first time at a caucus? And he said, "First Democrat." And he kind of whispered it, and I said, well, we certainly appreciate you being here, but the voice. Governor Edgar commented a while ago about things working in cycles, and I think that we, any of us that have watched elections over the years and those cycles, it's up and down, and it's one party and the other party. And I think right now the Democrats, we found two very good candidates, very hard campaigners, excellent, organizations, working very hard, very dedicated, and so we have two very good candidates that have generated a tremendous amount of enthusiasm in the Democrat Party, and I think that that's part of the reason. There may be some good voices in the Republican side, but they are somewhat being overshadowed by what I think are some exceptional voices in some of the candidates on the Democrat side.
Who would like to ask the last question?
Hi there.
Hi, Joan.
Given the tightness of the Democratic race, what do you think is the probability that the convention could decide who will be the candidate? And if that happens, how does that change the dynamic that we see right now? And when was the last time that ever happened?
I don't know when the last time it happened. Maybe
1932.
Is that what it was? 1932.
I think. When Roosevelt got picked the first time, I think.
Well,
48. I don't think 40. Well, okay. I wrote a paper on 48. I'll argue with you on that.
One of the you listen to the commentators and talk radio and CNN and all the so-called experts, and prior to Super Tuesday, I had the radio on one day, and they were talking about the fact that the election would definitely, absolutely be determined on Super Tuesday. And this, I don't remember who the commentator was, but it was somebody that was very respected. And they said, no way is it going to go any further than this. And of course, we all know what happened. We're still in a horse race here. And it's funny. I find it comical that both Obama and the Clinton campaigns are saying that they both won more states and they both got more delegates. I haven't figured that one out yet, but and then the whole delegate process is very complicated as well. But could it come down to the convention? I feel now that it very well could. I think it's possible. It's certainly much more possible as we sit here today than anybody would have guessed prior to to Tuesday. And if it does, I think it's going to be, obviously we're already in a historical setting here with the candidates that are on the ballot, but to actually go right down to the convention, and I'm actually a delegate for Senator Obama, so I think it could be really exciting.
I want to go back to the history here a little bit. 60, really, Kennedy didn't have it wrapped up until they were at the convention. So if you want, and Truman didn't have any opposition. They just wanted anybody but Truman in 48. 32 is a lot more fun, though, if you read about it. I don't know. It'd be interesting to see a brokered convention. What hooked me on politics was, I was kind of hooked from first grade on, but I remember in 1956, which I'd have been 10 years old, Stevenson threw the convention, the pick of the vice president to the convention, and let them pick it, and there was a fight between Kefauver and John Kennedy, which Kefauver eventually won. But I watched it, and it is great theater. I'm not sure it's good government, but it is great theater. So if it happens, you want to be sure you take that week off from work and watch it, because that'll be something. One last thing has nothing to do with Joan's question, but we did something different this year in Illinois. We had an early primary, part of Super Tuesday. I think one I think it was good that we were early, so we had an input. I think it makes absolutely no sense to let a few people in Iowa who are herded around a room determine who our nominees are going to be. Also, I don't think New Hampshire is the cross-section of America. So I think it's good that Illinois, California, New York, all these other big states, Florida, have some input, as well as these little states, on what happens. And I think the way we pick presidents is insane. Any rational person would not want to run for president just because of that. But this has been perhaps the only thing in recent time that I think has improved the process. And that's my opinion. It's not Republican or Democrat, it's just my opinion. And anyway, that's my last comment. Thank you.
Thank you all for attending. This is a historic election, and obviously there's a lot of interest out here, as is evidenced by this audience. There are a lot of firsts here. We are either going to elect the first African American, or the first woman, or the oldest person ever to be inaugurated on election day. And thank you for attending.
You're watching the Illinois Channel, an independent nonprofit corporation formed to provide gavel-to-gavel coverage of Illinois state government and other public affairs events taking place across Illinois. If you have any comments or questions on our programming, please email us at illinoischannel@aol.com. Or if you have any questions about the Illinois Channel, please visit our website at www.illinoischannel.org.